In the memory of injustice, in the memory of Fong Lee, in the memory of all victims of police brutality, in the memory of a tragedy translated to travesty, in the memory of a planted gun, conspiracies and sons lost under the sun. The videotape was lost and they thought it was all done. They were wrong. 3 shots running away, 5 shots on the ground, 1 son down, bleeding all around. His generation are the grandsons of a secret army that sacrificed to save the backs of soldiers. And shooting teenagers in the back would never achieve a medal of bravery unless they thought that person was a refugee from Southeast. The police pull over Civics and Toyotas at the rate of heartbeats of Hmong kids that get beat down at the side of small streets. But Fong Lee was on a bike unarmed before his life was stolen and broken with bullet holes. As the spokes of his bicycle spun in circles, we have spoken up to break the cycle of the circus. This case makes me believe that these cops perceive us as less than human beings and worthless. In the memory of injustice, in the memory of Fong Lee, in the memory of all victims of police brutality, in the memory of a tragedy translated to travesty, in the memory of a planted gun, conspiracies and sons lost under the sun. The videotape was lost and they thought it was all done. They were wrong. We will never get that messed up shootout in Minneapolis when cops raided the wrong house by mistake and put those little Hmong kids' lives at stake. And still got a medal from the station for being brave? Give me a break. It makes me wonder what it takes for men with badges to earn a medal of valor these days. We don't feel protected and safe from policemen with swine pen mentalities. Think outside of the fence instead of doing dirt with bloodstains on shirts that leave family casualties. But you know what's really corrupt? When the police chief cooperates to cover it all up. We scream for justice with enough evidence to force the whole force to give it up. The department is responsible. For those accountable, we demand fire. Those exposed should go to prison, haunted by the guilt of blood-spilt spirits for the rest of their lives. In the memory of injustice, in the memory of Fong Lee, in the memory of all victims of police brutality, on the memory of a tragedy translated to travesty, in the memory of a planted gun, conspiracies and sons lost under the sun. The videotape was lost and they thought it was all done. They were wrong. For those that judge Fong Lee for possibly being down with gangs like his life was worth less, like a racist radio show host that wants attention, or people that misunderstand with ignorance. I was a former gang member, so that kid could have been me. My last name is Lee too, and I'm lucky enough to still breathe. And if this happened to me, I would have never had this chance for this passion to give back to community. More than ever, open up arms to outreach and unite movements together. For every community that had their hearts ripped open from the core by wild boars and blue uniforms. With no conscience of this nonsense of violence, we will not be silent to sirens of cyanide on our side of the city. Because it's not injustice for just us. There's a whole history of conspiracy. Stand with me, because the next tragedy could be in your family, so we suffocate from this case, skeptical to breathe, and only justice will give us the oxygen to be treated as human beings in the memory of injustice.